Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. Chinook is marking 10 years following the amalgamation in 2006 of 9 separate school boards in the Southwest. Now, following several months of behind-the-scenes work, a $10 million helium plant is set to open near Mankota. It was an evening of blues at the Lyric Theatre as music fans enjoyed the latest installment of the annual Stir Crazy Blues Festival. Thanks for joining us here today. The Chinook School Division has reached a milestone, and a special event marked the occasion. The singing of traditional hymns by members of the Abbey Hutterite Colony kicked off a special celebration at the Chinook School Division office this week. Chinook is marking 10 years following the amalgamation in 2006 of 9 separate school boards in the Southwest. Chinook is one of 14 school divisions across Saskatchewan celebrating similar milestones this year. And the Education Minister applauds Chinook and other regions for their transition through the amalgamation process.
It's working out for us remarkably well. Some people have said, should you have even more centralization? I'm not sure that we should. This has worked out for us. They're nice, good-sized pieces, good efficiencies, and we've got school divisions such as Chinook that are working really well. They've gone through the hurdles of it, so we commend them for it.
Chinook's 10 years has marked a number of achievements, including the successful balanced literacy and math momentum programs, which has now spurred the new provincial Saskatchewan Reads Initiative. And along with the achievements have been the challenges, such as school closures early on.
Because amalgamations had been announced up to 2 years prior, a lot of school divisions chose to take that time and kind of celebrate and sunset the existing division. So as a result of that, when Chinook started, there was a bit of a pent-up demand on some of the tougher decisions that had to be made. And when I refer to some of those operational pieces, those were things that Chinook had to address in the first board's term. And it was not a fun period of time.
And as Chinook celebrates its 10th year, Chu Fu says the desire to inspire students to be their absolute best and achieve the great scores they strive for continues to be at the forefront now and into the future, along with a number of other pressing issues.
One of the things I see probably as one of the biggest challenges, not just for school divisions, but society in general, is mental health. We see it in our students where there's high anxiety for children, and we also see it with the adults involved too. A great deal of anxieties that have to be worked through and make it difficult for people to reach their full potential. And I'm, just coincidentally, we happen to have a highly trained expert team from Calgary in working with our student services people this week in 3 areas. One's behavior, one's autism, and one is anxiety. And my sense is as we move forward, that is going to be an ever-growing issue that we're going to have to address as a school system, and I think we're going to have to address as a society in general.
The Chinook School Division is the second largest in the province, covering 40,000 square kilometers, 62 schools, 6,000 students, and over 1,000 staff, with over 50% of the provincial Hutterite population here in the Southwest, offering education through 31 Hutterian schools. The helium industry is being revived in Southwest Saskatchewan. We find out more in this report. It's been 50 years since this helium plant north of Swift Current was in operation. And over the past number of years, there's been interest by various companies like Wild Group Resources to reinstate helium recovery from the region. Now, following several months of behind-the-scenes work, a $10 million helium plant is set to open near Mankota, marking the first of its kind for Wild Group Resources.
This is our first helium purification plant. We've been in oil and gas down in South America, and we have been in nickel mining in the Philippines. And this, frankly, has been more involved, just given the intricacies of helium purification versus a simple here's oil or here's gas. And I think the you're much faster to market once you find what you're looking for. So in the scheme of things, this is, it's material. It's going to produce about a little over 40 million cubic feet a year to the marketplace. And it's one of 4 or 5 projects that we have in different stages of development, but it's our first one, and we've had a wonderful experience with both the Mankota community and the Saskatchewan government in bringing this project to fruition.
Vote adds that through geological surveys and other studies of the Mankota area, this particular site has enough helium reserves for 10 to 15 years, with the first round of production starting in April.
Well, we're going to have trucks moving to and fro every day and a half or so that will be transporting gas to Canada environs and to U.S. environs. And then we'll have several folks involved in the plant operation. It's a rather simple plant operation, and the number of jobs that we have are more intense on the whole installation and commissioning and the construction. But there'll be about 12 drivers and a couple operators.
And with an ever-growing demand for helium, the new Mankota site will assist with a number of sectors.
And helium's used now, 30 to 40% of the supply goes to MRI machines for the cooling of the superconducting magnets in those machines, and a lot more of industrial applications, a growing number, frankly, as opposed to 30 or 40 years ago when it was used for dirigibles and lifting properties. Now it's used for a lot of special industrial applications that require superconducting environment and a cooling environment that is suitable for etching of semiconductor wafers and chips.
Wild Group Resources is based out of Richmond, Virginia, with offices worldwide, focusing on a range of sectors. The Lyric Theater in Swift Current was the host site for another evening of great music, this time featuring the blues. It was an evening of blues at the Lyric Theater, as music fans enjoyed the latest installment of the annual Stir Crazy Blues Festival. The showcase event featured the sultry sounds of Cecile DeKingo of Montreal. DeKingo entertained the crowd with a high-energy infused set of signature blues numbers. Tim Williams rounded out the evening with his down-home blues sound. Williams has been on the international blues scene for over 30 years and says his interest in the genre stems from his upbringing south of the border.
My mother's family could play a little bit, and so that was a big thing with me. That inspired me a lot. And then growing up in California in the 50s, there was a lot of really good country music and really good blues like T-Bone Walker going on, and some cool Hawaiian music and a whole lot of great Mexican music. It was just a really great, inspiring kind of blend of music,
Now calling Calgary home for the past 25 years, Williams is busy throughout the year at various festivals, guitar and blues camps, and releasing new CDs. Like his latest, So Blow, which is currently ranked number 9 on the Roots Music Report for Canada. Songs written from the heart, which Williams says come from various experiences in life.
There's an art to it, but the art is in knowing when you've written a great song. The craft is that you get up and work at it every day. You carry a little notebook around with you, and I find often you'll just hear a phrase, or you'll hear a phrase wrong, and in your head, but you go, that's kind of cool, and you just kind of work on it from there, I don't go looking for inspiration. I think if you keep your eyes and your ears and your heart open, we live in the middle of inspiration all the time.
The Stir Crazy Blues Festival takes place every February, and since its inception in 2003, has attracted internationally renowned entertainers. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.